Hello, I'm Anshul Kumari from 6th period, and today we'll take a flight into history as we explore Leonardo da Vinci's helical air screw. This project will guide us through recreating a smaller replica of this ambitious design while appreciating its historical significance. I first began by taking an inspiring journey through the depths of the woods. I then luckily found a naturally growing bag of all of the materials I require for this project. I'll be using lightweight materials similar to what Da Vinci envisioned, a wooden base and linen fabric. However, instead of using reed sticks, I will be using skewers and toothpicks. We begin with a circular wooden platform 5 inches in diameter. This represents the base where Da Vinci imagined 4 men would stand to power the device. The original base was around 2.5 meters in diameter. I'm drilling a hole in the center where the central shaft will be. Leonardo da Vinci created his aerial screw drawing in the late 1400s while working as a military engineer for Ludovico Sforza. Next, I work on the central shaft of the project. The pole supports the helical structure. His original design featured a pole about 4.5 meters tall. I then drill holes into it where I can later place skewers to hold the fabric. Up to this point, it has taken me around 4 hours over the course of a few days for stages 1 and 2. Planning this project took a while. The aerial screw design was partly inspired by Da Vinci's observations of spinning maple seeds as they fall to the ground. Da Vinci intended for the aerial screw to be made of reed, linen, and wire. It also resembled Archimedes' screw used for irrigation back in 200 BC. Da Vinci realized flight occurs due to the compression of air. The aerial screw design contains no elements resembling birds' wings, making it unique among other flying machines of its time. I'm now placing the skewers into the drilled holes. Each are 5 inches in length. This will hold up the fabric into the shape of a screw. I'm currently cutting a circle of fabric with a radius of 5 inches. Da Vinci's air screw was meant to have a diameter of 5 meters or 15 feet. Da Vinci never created a physical model of this design. Modern analysis shows that Da Vinci's aerial screw would have been too heavy to achieve lift with human power alone. However, these plans predate the airplane and helicopter more than 300 years before flying machines were perfected. I'm now cutting out another part of the fabric and sewing it to the larger part so I can use it for the upper part of the screw. Da Vinci's unlimited desire for knowledge guided all his thinking and behavior throughout his life. I now hot glue everything together to make sure it stays in place. I also use a little bit of hot glue on the edges of the fabric and fold it over so it appears a little bit neater. At this point, it has taken me around 6 hours in total to complete all of the steps. Although Da Vinci is mainly known for his Mona Lisa painting, he was also a scientist, mathematician, engineer, inventor, anatomist, painter, sculptor, architect, botanist, musician, and writer. His notebooks cover various subjects including painting, architecture, machinery, human anatomy, and flight science. Leonardo loved animals and spent time studying birds, which helped him invent his flight-related projects. I now approach the end of this project as I finish hot gluing the last of the linen fabric to the base. For my last step, I use a pencil sharpener to sharpen the end of the central shaft. The total time of this project took me 7 to 8 hours over the course of a few days. To add a little creativity to my placard, I decided to watercolor the background to make it appear like the paper of Da Vinci's sketches. In conclusion, Leonardo da Vinci's helical air screw may not have soared through the skies, but its significance extends far beyond its inability to achieve flight. It represents a bold leap of imagination and a testament to the boundless creativity of a man who dared to dream centuries ahead of his time. The air screw, like many of his inventions, was not constrained by the technological limitations of his era, but instead reflected his unrelenting curiosity and visionary thinking. The air screw reminds us that progress is often built on the foundation of ideas that dare to defy convention. Thank you for joining me on this journey through history and engineering, one that celebrates not just what was achieved, but what was also imagined.